Alright, so Milky, gonna be running in this Northern Waters battle here on the green team. Kremlin, Conqueror, Des Moines, Stalingrad, Gearing, Daring, Clever. Meanwhile, over on the Bravo team for 007/Resin, Yamato, Montana, Des Moines, Stalingrad, Minotaur, Gearing, Daring. Both teams gonna be running a bunch of DDs here. Depends on if you want to count Minotaur as a destroyer or not, but that's 3 or 4 each way. And you really need it, because it's like, you need vision on all 3 of these caps. You need something contesting B very early on, you need something contesting A, you need something contesting C. So you need to bring fairly heavy destroyer lineup, unless you're running full Iron Curtain, but you can't really run full Iron Curtain when you have Moskva and Stalingrad, both limited to 2. Alright, so let's take a look at some early builds, just while we're waiting for everybody to deploy. Clever here, going to be running RPF, Fearless Brawler, and Turret Traverse mod, quite like that. Build sim, slightly different variation on this. This one's going to be running aiming systems. In fact, this one's running that one's running Honor. This one's running Oboino. So both different builds there. Relatively standard build from the Daring, except he's decided to take BFT over Superintendent. He doesn't think he needs that last heal. See if that's going to come back to bite him later. Superintendent RPF smoke mod for the Gearing, relatively standard build there. Going to take all 3 smokes. This Des Moines going to be running a very standard build, except he's going to be a range mod instead of leg mod. Not sure I'm a fan of that one. This Des Moines, however, is going to be running this Brody. This one's going to be running leg mod, relatively standard build. We have a Kremlin behind this. We have Fearless Brawler. Sorry, Fearless Brawler? What the hell am I talking about? Fire Prevention. Just full tonk. Full tonk. Why did I say Fearless Brawler? I've had a brain fart, honestly, man. Conqueror taking the weight. What? Conqueror with, like, not taking the extra heal, taking Vigilance, taking, not taking Vigilance, taking Risk, Swift Desires, whatever you want to call it, and also the increased heal cooldown skill. We have the Stalingrad here, going to be running relatively standard tonky tonk, except range mod. Range mod Stalingrad. Alright, back over here, we have, for this Gearing of Resin, we're going to be running Superintendent build, double top, Legendary module on Des Moines, relatively standard build. Montana, going to be running full tonk. Stalingrad here, going to be running range mod as well. Both teams decide we're going to run range mod Stalingrads. Minotaur here, Superintendent, RPF, range mod, and radar. Yamato behind it is going to be running full tonk. With leg mod, we have Des Moines here, leg mod, and running outnumbered over top grade gunner. Okay, that's certainly a choice. And then we have Gearing in front of that. Eagle Lance, Superintendent, Survivability Expert, Ovechkin, Swift and Silence, and Gun Traverse mod and Reload. Alright, let's take a look at the initial deployments now. We've gone through all the builds. Over at the A cap for Milky, we have a Clever and a Conqueror. B cap, we have a second Clever. They were paired together just in case any fights broke out. Stalingrad behind that rock at the Dizzle. Then we have a Des Moines in this position. So this is a range one Stalingrad, this is a range one Stalingrad. They can both probably hit each other from where they currently are. Kremlin, Des Moines, Gearing heading over the C cap. And then over at the A cap for the red team, we have Gearing, Des Moines. That's a nice little smoke combination. They can probably make that jump to that island now if they really want to. Montana going to be hovering south of B, looking for shots on this Des Moines, I guess. Daring going to be spotted by the Stalingrad radar. Stalingrad just behind that, reversing and spawn, looking for something on something, I don't know what. Minotaur, Des Moines, Gearing, and Yamato all going to be hovering over at the C cap. Smoke screen for that Des Moines is now being laid, and he's going to be running into the opposing Gearing, Des Moines smoke screen. Des Moines actually going to take a torpedo on the bow and take, you know, that's going to be a flood, that's going to saturate the entire bow. He's going to have to pop his damage control, and they're going to know about that. Smoke fire is coming in. That's the range mod Des Moines, isn't it? No, it's the leg mod Des Moines. Eagle Land's going to be caught in Brody's radar. And Brody going to be absolutely slapped in return for it, though. Eagle Lance turns out the radar, knows exactly how far he has to go. Going to hit the brakes now. Warped Chaos in Des Moines. Honestly, I don't know who you want to say has got the best of this trade. Eagle Lance did take a fair bit of damage, but so did Brody on the back end of it. Swings and roundabouts. Who do you think the damage is more important on? The guy laying the smoke or the guy doing the damage from the smoke? And honestly, I think it's probably more important to get the guy laying the smokes is probably the more consistent, because late game destroyers are extremely important. Over at the A cap, we see the advancement of the smoke radar, Gearing, Des Moines combination to this island. It's a strat that's relatively fallen out of favour on the EU server, it seems, in the last few tournaments I've been watching, but, you know, it's still a classic. I guess this is because it's classic. and you can get away with it. There's not as much in the way of big battleship, shooty, crossfire stuff. And not much in the way of I'm going to rush you with a Napoli or a Marseille or anything like that. But in this meta, the mine on this island still pretty strong. Torpedoes heading through that smoke screen, not going to be finding anything. They've already long evacuated that smoke screen. That's going to give enough room for Gearing of Eagle Lance to think that he's going to be safe taking this cap. He does have the Minotaur of Fryce in support with a radar ready to go. And now, is that Kremlin coming bow in now? Is he going on an adventure? He's going on an adventure into Stalingrad, Yamato, Minotaur, the mine, Gearing if he does. Or is he just going to sit there bow in? It appears that he's going to sit there bow in for now and get farmed a little bit. He has a Kremlin, he can take a little bit of farming. Mad Dog and the Daring, however, not so much in the way of being able to take a little bit of farming. He gets radared by the Des Moines here. Still radared by the Des Moines here, actually. Still going for another 10 seconds, so he's trying to dodge on the spot. Dodges with a broken engine, gets out of there, limps home. Still some shots coming in from the Clever as well. A-cap going to be taken here by Judge and his Gearing. So currently two caps in favor of one, 2 caps 2-1 in favor of the red team. Words are hard. And that puts the timer currently at 8 minutes till the red team victory. So Resin currently in the lead. Resin also up in health slightly as well, but this is a very passive game so far. Nothing too explosive. Conqueror kiting to the Jupiter. This Des Moines Gearing not going to be going anywhere apparently. Gearing and this Des Moines might reunite with each other at some point. This Des Moines position not really a fan of, and this Stalingrad is just in these 2 Stalingrads with range mod in spawn. Like, this is a very NA game. Alright, Gearing dropping a smoke stream for the Minotaur here. Are they going to make some sort of advancement, or is it going to be just live here? Fryce apparently took a big chunk from something. It must be in the Kremlin at some point during all of this. Either that or he took a torpedo, I'm not sure which. Unfortunately, we can't, like, just click on a ship. Imagine if I could just click on this ship and then it'd pop out. It's like, damaged by. That would be amazing. We're never getting that. But just imagine, if I click on it enough times, I can imagine it pops out. Like, oh God, don't stop. Stop having ideas about how to make a spectator client better pains out. You're never going to get any of them. Fuck. That'd be so cool. Simply Carl is going to be popping his radar here. And going to be finding literally nothing. I think he might have clipped Mad Dog and the Daring very briefly for half a second, but that's not really worth that entire radar duration. Looks like they're going to be rotating the Daring of Silver like back into C-cap. Kiting Conqueror at B2 in the Rhubarb Square. Feather G being farmed in the Yamato by the Des Moines that he's pushed into. Fryce and the Minotaur are going to be dropping his radar a while ago, and that was what was picking up Rice and Jory in the Gearing there, but they didn't really get any damage on him at all. He's just anchored behind that rock. Mad Dog and the Daring once again decides he wants to go back into big cap. I think you need to stop that. Like, I don't think it's worth you coming back into this cap for a 5th time and getting your soul removed. Like, that, you're just overextending. Like, if you die here, like, that was not worth it. You block the cap for a little bit, now you're throwing away HP for no reason. You're getting shot from Kleber, you're getting shot from Kleber, you're getting shot from Des Moines, you're getting cross-shot from this Daring over here. Fryce died in the background, by the way. And, okay, so that's just 2 ships taken up by Milky. Milky just pick up 2 free kills. Fryce apparently got caught out by Des Moines of Brody, popping the radar, and the Kremlin getting the shot on him. And the Daring just overextended. Eagle Lance and his Gearing gets dark now. But like restocking the situation here, you have Des Moines, Yamato, and Gearing. Gearing is miles away from his Des Moines, so that means Des Moines is currently like exposed with a Kremlin chasing after him. Over at A, yeah, sure, you've got several ships here, but the Kiting Conqueror is sat there waiting for you, so you can't really push into that. Yamato takes torpedo. Doesn't have his damage control available. It's currently flooding. It's currently on fire. You'd think that they would cancel each other out, but they don't. It just makes it twice as bad for you. He is running through a... no, he doesn't even have the heal available. It's a spotter plane. That's the only thing running right now. So Des Moines has to try and regroup with Eagle Lance and the Gearing. And he's not going to be able to do that very easily when he's got a Gearing chasing after him and a Daring chasing after him. Now the Des Moines is suffering as well at the hands of, I guess, what hit him? The Montana. So Montana is now diving forward to try and make something happen. Stalingrad's still, like, you know, Peyton just out of the battle, basically. Yeah, it looks like Yamato might get, like, farmed out the rest of it. Did that Des Moines turn back in? Des Moines turned back in. Yeah, he's just, I think he's just as good as dead now. He didn't manage to get regrouped with his Gearing. Now he's going to be perma-spotted on the border in front of Kremlin and other Des Moines. Turning back in would have been fine if you regrouped with your Gearing first, and you could potentially look for a pick or something with a smoke to train for you. Is Gearing run out of smoke? He hasn't. The Gearing still has a smoke. Well, he's just used one, but yeah. Now, Daring of Silver's going to be opening on him as well. Yeah, this is just a dead Des Moines here. He's got the Hydra active. He might be able to get some damage on the Daring on the way out, but this is not going to be worth it. Wait, what happened to Brody? How did something cross-shot him there? Was that the Montana? Or the Stalingrad? Yes, the Montana and Stalingrad getting cross-shots into them. They should not get this trade. Brody on 1,000 HP. Is there still shells coming in for him? Montana with a spotter plane up. We're going to be looking for it. Here it is. Nothing. Yamato salvo coming in towards the Kremlin here. Along with a bunch of torpedoes coming in towards the Kremlin here. I don't think he's going to get much from either. Yeah, no, he's past that. So, that nearly got the trade on Brody. That was very close. Alright. Back over here. Conqueror, still kiting Jupiter. K-Bomb getting formed in his Montana. In front of... Alright, so that's just a Des Moines just shooting in the face of a Montana. He got slightly punished for it, but, you know, imagine having an overmatch. Don't do that here. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Yamato once again being formed. He's on fire. 3 times. That looks like a very fun experience. I highly recommend it. No damage control available. Gets one more salvo out towards the Kremlin. Not going to be getting much. Yeah. Eagle Lance and his Gearing still alive, at least. Peyton the Rock Hider has advanced into the B cap. He's now the target of everybody's focus fire. And by everybody, I mean Des Moines, Kleber, Daring, Stalingrad. Yeah. But Peyton no longer in the B cap. There's a brief foray. And this just leaves Gearing of Judge, Gearing of Eagle Lance, Des Moines of... Boy, again, honestly, this has just been a very, very clean game from Milky. Yeah. The rhubarb square pays off. Kiting conquerors forever. Congratulations to Milky taking that game and that series. So, 30 minutes of filler?